Only 9% of Britons want life to return to normal once lockdown is over. People have noticed significant changes during the lockdown, including cleaner air, more wildlife, and stronger communities. If every cloud has a silver lining, then one of the side effects of COVID-19 has been to show us a glimpse of a world without commuting. It's also shown us just how much work can actually be done at home. I hope that, when this is over, it's not just a blind rush to the previous status quo. There are some unexpected benefits that could be integrated into our normal lives. I don't want to go back to how it was before, but I don't want to stick like this either. Like, I miss seeing my mates and stuff, so I want that back, but my job is management accounts. In my job, there was literally nothing I couldn't do from home, and honestly, comparing my home computer/laptop to my work PC, probably 5x faster, but I had to go in and sit in a tiny office all day. I also kind of hope that we move away from you must work 40 hours a week and more to your tasks are X, your deadlines are Y, you must complete X by Y. Most of the time, my job could have been done in less than the 37.5 hours I was working. It was probably closer to 30, some weeks closer to 20. I was hired to do a role. I do that role, but if I don't sit there for the extra 7.5 hours a week, I'm paid less. Start valuing people by what they do, rather than how long you see them for. I fixed my old fence and my old neighbor came out and yelled at me for some reason. Next day she had her son build a bigger fence. I feel like my community has come together in these trying times. I think once people step off the rat race treadmill they start to realize, what do we really need? Do I really need to drive an hour to the airport, get on a plane, fly 2 hours, rent a car, drive to the client, have a 1-hour meeting, drive the rental back, get on a plane, fly 2 hours, drive an hour home for a meeting that you can do in 1 hour on Zoom/Skype/Teams? If there's one good outcome from this, I hope it's a massive reduction in business travel and all the benefits associated with that. Not gonna lie, I've kind of been enjoying this time at home. I'm in IT, so I can work remotely with no issues, while being home with the kids and wife all day. It sure as hell beats a 2-hour commute to work, and a 2-hour commute back, with no downtime or chance to breathe. I know this lockdown is wreaking havoc on those less fortunate, so I don't want to see it go a day longer than needed. But I really hope society realizes that there are better ways to live and work, than the 9-to-5 rat race. Edit. Since most people are shocked by a 2-hour commute, let me try to explain. My commute with normal traffic would be about 40 minutes one way. Since I have to take the kids to school as well, it increases quite a bit. I'd love to live closer, but in Miami, any place close to the areas where people work are either stupidly overpriced or about the size of a bathtub. Less commuting would be overall amazing for society. LA's air quality is much better. Foxes are getting a lot more confident where I live, probably due to traffic dying down so much at night. Also saw a badger running across a main road near my house the other day. I've never seen one before in my life. That was kinda nice, and it makes you realize how much we really do affect nature, even in little ways. I don't mind not shopping or going out to bars and nightclubs because I never did anyways. Groceries are all I need. But lockdown has made me miss fresh air, nature, and relationships way too much. I'm fine with a world of less consumption, less spending, etc. But I'm going mad being stuck in. As someone who spent the past 10 years dealing with depression and social anxiety, only just having figured things out and starting to enjoy myself around last year, I seriously feel like the entire world has decided they love being introverted the moment I discovered how to be an extrovert. Working remotely needs to become permanent for those who can. It's simply unnecessary with today's technology to force people to commute to a physical building. Less cars, less traffic, cleaner air, and happier employees. I've been remote for a month now and we haven't missed a beat yet. My boss keeps talking about wanting to get back in the office. Why? Do you enjoy wasting time in traffic? I just don't get that mindset, that is, until the change in their paycheck really kicks in. I like this pace of life, but it's been nightmarish to some who are less economically fortunate and are cash-strapped. This isn't sustainable long-term. I fucking well want my kids to go back to school though. What I really like is how all those jobs that there was absolutely no way you can do from home, and all those meetings that you can't just really do online and you need to attend cramped with other 20 guys on a room for 5 now suddenly are absolutely possible and even encouraged. For me, this pandemic has highlighted the ridiculousness of a few things. Excessive cost and burden of raising children, paying/afford, dropping/picking them up from daycare, school, and working full 8 HR days. The insane rat race the entire human race has been placed into, capitalism gone wild, where the only thing that matters is growing the top and bottom line, and the measurement of humans based solely on how much value they contribute to that effect, and practically nothing else. Wealth and asset inequality. Complete lack of social safety nets for most of society. Excess levels of pollution, both air and noise. Traffic and how terrible it is. It's a form of affliction and pandemic upon itself. The comedian Frankie Boyle did a great article a few weeks ago, and the last paragraph is so poignant when thinking about going back to normal. Indeed, you have to wonder if the virus is so very different from extractive capitalism. It commandeers the manufacturing elements of its hosts, gets them to make stuff for it, kills a fair few, but not enough to stop it spreading. There is no normal for us to go back to. People sleeping in the streets wasn't normal, children living in poverty wasn't normal, neither was our taxes helping to bomb the people of Yemen. Using other people's lives to pile up objects wasn't normal, the whole thing was absurd. Governments are currently busy pouring money into propping up existing inequalities, and bailing out businesses that have made their shareholders rich. The world's worst people think that everybody is going to come out of this in a few months and go willingly back into a kind of numbing servitude. Surely it's time to start imagining something better. https://theovertake.com/back/beta/Frankie Boyle. Did you ever wonder what you'd be doing during an apocalypse? https://theovertake. com/beta/Frankie Boyle. Did you ever wonder what you'd be doing during an apocalypse? I could survive without all the shops and shit, but I miss my girlfriends/mates and am getting annoyed at no privacy due to everyone all being home. I'm sure I'm not alone with this thought. I don't miss my 2 to 3 HRs a day in traffic. In hindsight, it appears as ridiculous as I've always believed it to be. I haven't filled up my car since quarantine started. I know this has the grifters, kleptocrats, and all greedy scum sweating in their fancy suits. It's proven 90% of people do not need to be driving to and from an office 5 days a week. If we go back to that, we've learned nothing. I mean, as a gamer, it's hard to be upset about a 20% reduction in pay in exchange for a 100% reduction in work. I'm going to guess it's the people who still have a good income that like the lockdown. Stronger communities? As a US American, I have not seen that. In fact, I've only seen 2 people in over a month. I feel the same way. We are seeing firsthand our impact on the environment and how we are over-consuming everything, which is destroying our natural resources to feed this endless growth cycle that isn't necessary. The only function it serves is to give more power to the wealthy and keep everyone else complacent. A lot of people will remain unemployed when corporations realize that they can operate just as well with fewer employees.